Millions of Aussies have no savings. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee and I thought we should have a look at this article which is discussing the fact that 4 million Aussies say they have no savings. That's pretty concerning. Now, we've been hearing messaging from the RBA, and let me just bring this up right here, saying that our households have liquidity buffers. Homeowners, renters, and even outright owners have months of liquidity buffers. You know, they've got money either in savings, emergency funds, stashed in offset accounts, or advanced repayments on their mortgages. And now we're seeing this here, that 4 million Aussies, which is a big chunk of Australians, have got no savings. Do those two things align, or is this just a different segment of the population? I think in some regards, the class divide here in Australia is just getting even worse. I want to show this little chart here, showing you the difference in household income. You've got people at the top over $2,000 a week. You got the middle just under 1,000, and the lowest, adjusted lowest, $430. Australia is changing. It's changing. It's not an egalitarian society anymore, not where everyone can get into a house and can easily support a family and work their way up the wealth ladder and have intergenerational wealth passed from one generation to another. I get the feeling that's not going to happen for a lot of Australians anymore. You kind of need help to even get into the property sector, and that's the vehicle that most people use to build up. And I think, actually, you know what, let's have a look at this here, guys. Let's jump over here. This from Australian Finance on Reddit. I just saw this and I thought, this might be interesting for another video, but it actually kind of relates to this. 20-year-old single male, I earn $68K a year, owe $42,000 in HEX. My rent is up, fuel is up, food cost is up. Should I give up on ever owning my own property? Rent is $380 per week. Average food cost is $140, which cost me $90 this time last year. Same shopping list. There you go. That's a jump. $50 on public transport. Getting to work. That's another thing to consider. Getting to work costs money. $80 on fuel a week. Without having a partner, and that's the problem. I just don't see how I can survive with cost of living increases and my wages staying the same. I feel so defeated that I will never own a house or be able to provide for future children. I like my job, but I don't know if it's worth putting myself into so much HEX debt for. I blame 18-year-old. $42,000, and he's only earning $68,000 a year. That's not worth it, is it? It really isn't. That's a big chunk of money. And now HEX is going to go up even more. I feel like I have so much energy coming from within my being and praise the universe every day for giving me life and the ability to gaze upon the night sky. But honestly, I'm about to quit everything, move to India and join an ashram. Okay. A lot can change in 5 years. Yeah, we won't go into the advice here, but this shows you what people are facing. So maybe this could just be, 28 years old, not middle-aged, but still relatively young. It hasn't hit 30 yet. Still building up their career. This could just be showing the difference in the generations that we're seeing in this group of 4 million Aussies that don't have any savings. But it can get tough if costs just keep going up and up and up. I mean, my advice to the young guy would be you need to get a side gig. You need to get alternative income streams. You need to find another way to earn money and just to build something up and cut your costs. Anyway, let's have a look at this. Because it would be hard to save in that situation, wouldn't it? So nearly 4 million Australians say they have no savings to fall back on. The worrying new research comes amid rising interest rates and cost of living pressures. According to the research from Finder, 1 in 5 Aussies, 19%, have no savings in case of an emergency, while 45% have between 2 and 5 in savings. A third, 31% of people say they're saving less than $50 on a monthly basis. The survey of 3,112 Australians found. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I mean, here's the other thing. This guy, $68,000, How much tax is he paying? You know what? Let me go ATO tax calculator. Let's look at that. Yeah, we'll do simple. Yeah, just give me the calculator. Come on. Come on, ATO. That's it. What's your income this year? 68,000. Yes, I'm a resident. So he's paying $12,567 a year in tax. It's a big chunk of his money. So he's only left with what? 68 minus 12. Hang on. I need to do the calculator. 68 minus 12. I'm a bit tired. 56 grand in the pocket afterwards. And then you cut all these expenses out. Yeah. Maybe we need to look at reducing the burden we're placing on our citizens. Maybe taxation. Let's throw out this whole progressive taxation system. Maybe it should be based on your age. Your taxes go up the older you get, regardless of how much income you earn. Why not? Why not? Oh boy. Let me know your opinion on that one, guys, in the comments. Most people know that saving money is important, but with the cost of living hitting hard, not everyone has an easy time doing it. Find a credit card expert. Well, you don't get a bloody credit card. There we go. 3/4 of Australians stress about their current financial situation. It's never been more important to prioritize saving money. Yeah, you got to sell stuff then. Many savers miss out on rate rise. The big four banks have been quick to pass on yesterday's home loan, but many savers have missed out. Commonwealth Bank was among the top of class, hiking all of its key savings accounts by more than the official rate, 0.25 percentage points. Oh, the ones I saw were only increased by that. Westpac increased its bonus saver for adults and young adults, and the introductory rate on its e-saver. Okay. Let's look at their 3 tips for saving $1,000 in 1 year. I've got one. Real easy. Earn more money. Get more skills. Get an alternative job. That's one way to do it. It's going to suck, but... So here's 3 tips to easily save $1,000 in a year. Yeah, okay. Where are the 3 tips? Where are the 3 tips? ANZ, yep. NAB, savers. There are no 3 tips. Okay, well, they don't have 3 tips in the article, guys. Let's have a talk about this one. I can't say I'm surprised. It's easy for those of us who are a bit older and are a bit more established to look at this and go, oh, why couldn't they have savings? But I can understand. Particularly if you're living by yourself, if you're single, because you can't divide those costs in half. This is why back in the day, you'd get married younger, or you'd even have a long-term relationship when you're younger, and you would build up a family, build up a household, build up together. And this whole idea of people getting into housing by themselves, you can't do it anymore. It's too late. You know, those days are gone of being able to afford to buy a house on a single income for an average person. It doesn't exist. We're now in a country where both members of a couple have to work, and it's the only way to get ahead. And often it's not a choice anymore. The only time you see people getting into housing by themselves, it's usually when they live at home and they're getting rent-free or other deals. And hey, if you can, go ahead, do it. Take all the advantages that you can have, because everything's going to be stacked against you, guys. Anyway, what do you reckon? Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one. I'm not too surprised. I mean, what 3 tips would you give people to save? Look at additional ways you can generate income. Cut your expenses as much as you can. And generate income, that's like everything from, doing Twitch and YouTube, selling scrap metal and collecting bottles, doing Fiverr gigs, anything like that, starting up a side hustle, whatever you can, cutting costs, cutting your subscriptions or luxuries you need. This guy walking to work instead of catching the train, getting up earlier to do it. What's the 3rd tip? Micro savings. So every time you have a little bit of extra money, start throwing it off at debt or putting it into savings or investing it just to start building up a stack to get the psychological benefit of success. Even if it's a little win. Anyway, share your suggestions in the comments below, guys. Thanks for watching. Check out my other channels, HeiseBim and HeiseSays International. And if you want to support us, there are a few ways you can. Financially on YouTube or Patreon, using your referral links, buying our pocket squares, or calling us if you need an architect. Now, I mean, financial support, like for content creators, if you don't have savings, that's a luxury you can't afford. Okay? You don't do that. That's only for people who have an emergency fund and who have capacity. That's a luxury item. So don't get any of the YouTubers or the, I don't know, the OnlyFans Twitch girls or any of the thoughts or any of that shit. You don't waste money on that. You don't need it. That includes bald guys with coffee on YouTube. Okay? Take care, guys. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now. Now I've got the outro going while I drink my coffee. You see those rate hikes in New Zealand? We did an episode on it. 3.5%. They've got more stones than our governor.